Hey, hello, welcome. We are on. So I will share my screen and show you guys, show you guys some of the project that I have done using Laravel. The first one you are seeing here is kind of like a portfolio third version that I'm working on. It has this interesting like a flashlight effect. It gives like this impression and of discovery. Curious about myself, you can select different option to discover. I have this like interactive Lego avatars representing me, what I value, and so on, what I'm interested. And if I close the flashlight, I have this like in my project gallery. Like I am working on this like a 3D effect right now for more immersion and so on. Let's say that I click on go into project. I am interaction designer and UX researcher, so I am always interested in like emerging technology, people, multimodality interaction, aesthetic of interaction, and so on. So that's why I am experimenting with like a multimodality interaction with like haptic sounds, kind of like a thinking everything. Now I'm trying to do this like a more immersive 3D effect also with like this close button. One of the cool things about the project view that okay we I have this like a gallery grid view, then you can look into the project images as well as this like a node graph that I got inspiration from okay using Blender or like a Houdini through the applications. It's pretty neat to me like I can customize this. Okay, so I have notes for each of the different design stages, and then I can curate in my admin mode, and I can arrange my node graph. And then when you go to project view as a viewer, you can see it. I can, if I click on the Spark icon, you can like see them in order, and then you can change also like the way not connected. And I have my minimap here to navigate. Also, I can use my mouse pad and so on. So it's kind of like a nifty interaction. Looking into, as I mentioned, I'm journalist, so I have like a wide range of projects from industrial design to UX, XR, you name it. I have done it in a way. And this is one of my favorite projects I have done in Umeå Institute of Design when I was working on my master study. Is and you can go and look. Now, like not seems in an order, but then if you click on the Spark icon, they will kind of like arrange by the segmentation. But one of the coolest thing about my portfolio, at least my opinion, aside from many things that you can discover, I have this temple form. So I can go back to past and the future since I'm into speculative design, futures design fiction. So either you can go into alternative timeline. In timeline, I am working as a scuba diver, and you sneak peek into my life. And if you go into past, for the past, I approach more like a creative coding artistic approach. Like I try to create immersive experiences based on my memories and my life and what I experienced in life for different years. And if you go into future, that's where like a speculative design fiction kind of like a work. For instance, this like a alternative utopian or dystopian future of like a 2050, calm technology becomes the no way of like a interacting with computer devices. It can be because of like an energy crisis, or it can be because of like a ways in uh, human resistance towards like a wish to be more um, around to nature, not get too much distracted by social media or whatever you name it, and the calm technology become a norm. So you can experience this. For instance, like in this like alternative 2060, uh, I become like a famous designer, and this like a magazine doing like an interview with me, and this is the cover to the magazine. Or else we can go into one of my favorite modes, which is about 2008 and half. So this is my kind of like a space we consists of like a point cloud forest with like a really cool motion design, and also this like a V button to connect with the aliens. You need to find 100% intensity to hear what they say, and the sound that you hear is the way they speak, and you see the translation of that into English here. Anyway, and two of my favorite mods, Mora. Oops, this is when I born. So baby mod 89, and then 2080 when I finally retire maybe, or I hope to be alive at this. And in here we have this like a design fiction artifacts, some kind of like a jelly-based human computer interaction device. It has like holochromatic shape shifting stuff. Is with speculative fiction artifacts. It's about creating curiosity. And I have this like a really cool Z axis motion to dive into life. That's the end of the record. Yeah, end of the record. Probably you can figure out what that means. But this is like a third version of my portfolio that I'm working on. So what are the other things that I am doing? Let's go into projects and look into some stuff. I cannot show you that one. I can show this project. So I created like this interactive game for my kid. So this is kind of like a sound and color mixing based on your hands gesture. You can mix colors, create music. I have a couple of young kids. They really love this one, so it was a hit. Later on, let's go back to projects. What else I have been working on is this like this like a speculative artifacts. It's like a bit heavy project. Takes time. Yeah, and so this is like a speculative design fiction artifact. It's about being computer interaction, and the idea is that like a fair fluid become the main interaction modality or like shape and form that we interact and we showcase our brainwaves. And this is like a speculative design tool help the designers in the future to design this like a fair fluid motions depending on different stages of mind. You have this kind of like node graph that you can dive deep, and you have this like a kind of like a library that you can select different uh, option from your toolbox. So imagine it as a DEI 3D motion design tool for brain-computer interaction in this fictional speculative feature. This got some attention online, so it has been a fun project to work on. Now I put it in the pause because I realized like I pushed like a current limitation of LLM models, so I will wait a bit to work on the second version. This one was a fun. I was trying to explore if I can do like a vibe coding to develop like a virtual reality or its application. Overall, my experience, I use Laravel and Google AI Studio, and Google AI Studio works best when you use like like a template, Excel blocks, and also like a look into documentation. Usually, when I prompt, I read a lot of what they share in the documentation, try to understand and translate that, and use the screenshots and so on. So yeah, it's quite promising. This was like a meditation app that I created. Now you can see in the desktop mode, but to expand this fully, you need like a Samsung headset, but it works on Quest 3 as well. So I share this. It's like a public, so you can go and check it out. What else I can show? These are the two projects that like I failed, and I put like a pause. I tried to do like a wipe code application to like AI glasses, But I realized probably at this moment of time, Shapes XR company developing like their tool. I haven't tried it, but that sounded promising. So you need some kind of dedicated tool to be able to wipe code or like a wipe design for AI glasses, or you need to use a game engine, and then you can use your whatever AI choose uh, option you have. This one was like a speculative project for like a Durax that I have done. It has like a simple media pipe body tracking, and it tracks you when you dance, so you can see that it's body movement. It's pretty interesting project. I designed it for like a big screen installation in the city center, and now creative technologists and engineer took over this project, and they are working on developing similar same concept using the program called Kite Designer. So as a designer researcher, I use web code tools, but then I hand over the project to creative developer technologies. Later on, this one is quite interesting. I love this one. So this is like another tool that I designed for my kids. Like a teddy bear. It is you can kind of like a change the setting. You can interact with it using your mouse. Now this is the older version, but so it has like a bit less functionality and capabilities. But you can use like this RFD tags to um, start different token. Now I'm clicking with mouse, but ideally you have your Arduino, you have your like a hardware setup, and you use RFD cards, and then you can initiate these different simulations. And also on the fun note, you can hook into Arduino. You can have like a haptic feedback based on like what kind of interaction you have with the teddy bear with the mouse. Also, well, hop it can have like this like tracking capabilities using ML5 libraries. So it can track your movements, the way you dance, and so on. This is the older version, as I mentioned. I'm working on the new version, but I had put on hold a bit because I hit a wall. So either I will wait for like a more advanced LLM model or try to create something using Unity. I'm learning Unity on the side, just started. But yeah, this kind of quick overview of what kind of projects I have done with Global Google AI Studio. Thanks for listening. Yeah, take care.